Okay, diretso tayo. Kung nakontak na natin si Ginoong Jojo Borja, is he ready on the line? Wala pa. Wala pa. Okay, I'll introduce our guest, si Ginoong Oliver, and the Reserve Colonel in the Army, Philippine Army, Olier Aragon, ano? And he is a descendant of the World War II heroes of Filipino-Chinese descent. Recently, there have been controversy sparked by Sionil Jose. Okay, nandyan na po si Jojo Borja para makuha na natin ng report sa kanya. Jojo, good afternoon.
Hello, Bento.
Yes, so give us the update on... Yes, go ahead. Can you hear me?
Sorry, I'm late.
It's okay. Yeah, can you hear me?
What is our topic today?
Yung electricity situation sa Mindanao, totoo ba yung mga brownouts and shortage and so on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit louder, please.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay now.
O, sige. Ano bang update dyan sa situation sa kuryente? Hindi pa niya ako marinig.
Okay now, Mentong.
Oh, go ahead. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, so what's the situation there? Is there really a shortage of electricity in Mindanao today?
No brownout. The sun is out, but I've been here for 2 weeks. I have not experienced any brownout except for maybe a few minutes for technical problems, but nothing to do with the absence of water. Yesterday, I had a debate with representatives of a coal-fired plant that they're putting a coal-fired plant smack in the center of the city of Iligan.
Mm-hmm.
And the justification was there is not enough hydropower because there is no water there's a lack of water in Lake Lanao.
Okay.
But Mintong,
Yes.
what do they mean? That if it is sold to Aboitiz, there will be water?
Uh-huh.
Because they just sold to Aboitiz the rights to develop a river here in Mindanao, proximate to the same forest that gives water to the Agus River and Pulangi River. Aboitiz will not buy the rights to put up a 100 megawatt power plant if there is no water.
Yes.
That will be foolhardy. Why will they buy the rights to put up a hydroelectric power plant if there indeed is no water? This government is just telling everybody na kulang yung tubig, kulang yung hydro, kasi wala na daw tubig. But why is Aboitiz given the rights to develop a river and put up a 100 megawatt power plant? That should belong to the people of Mindanao, because hydroelectric power plants that will produce electricity without buying the fuel should belong to the people and not to these private individuals who are just concerned about making so much money at the expense of the consumers of Mindanao. Why are they saying that there is no water? But at the same time, everybody is trying to buy the hydroelectric power plants, the existing 7 units of Agus River power plants. If there indeed is no water, what do they mean? That if Aboitiz, Pangilinan, the Lopezes will buy the hydroelectric power plants, suddenly there will be water?
Yeah, maybe they will do some rain dance para magkaroon ng tubig doon.
The Pulangi 4, for example, yes, there is no water, there is only power when there is rain, because they stopped desilting the Pulangi Dam since 15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So that they will sell it to Aboitiz for a song, because sabi nila, wala lang pundo kasi sobra ang siltation. But Aboitiz will buy it at a giveaway price, but then charge to us the desiltation, the dredging of the Palangi Power Dam. It will add to overpricer pa yan pag desilt pa yan. Pagkatapos, tayo pa rin ang magbabayad. Why does the government not desilt the Palangi Power Dam and charge it at cost, but should belong to the Filipino people or the people of Mindanao for that matter?
Okay, Jojo. So,
People.
yes, Jojo.
Okay.
Yes, you
Okay.
can wrap up your report na and then we will dissect and analyze it. Go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Okay, yun lang. These people are telling lies about the situation in Mindanao so that sila na lang ang mag-produce ng power dito. Kawawa ang mga konsumante sa Mindanao.
Okay.
This administration must stop fooling the people of Mindanao or the entire country only because they want to give the business of electricity to their people who might finance their elections, this coming in 2016.
Okay. Sige,
Parang
Jojo.
ganyan ang nangyayari.
Yes. Jojo, thank
That's
you very much.
Aboitiz is now one of the richest men in Forbes, the list of Forbes 500.
Okay.
And Henry C. Not only because of the roots of Henry C, because Henry C owns NGCP,
National
the only
Grid.
transmission company in the entire country.
Okay. So, Jojo, thank you very much and we'll discuss it. Thank you very much again. Okay. Yun po. Yung po si Ginoong Jojo Borja, direct from Iligan City. Next week, we hope to bring you to Iloilo para sa report doon sa privatization ng public market doon, no, from June Lohero. Anyway, briefly lang, we can see that the national leadership is not performing its duties. Now, in 2012, there was a crisis. Again, we were able to pressure government to dredge yung isang Agus one stage, no? It cost only 7 million pesos. It saved Mindanao 30 billion pesos. Kasi when they do not dredge, deliberately do not dredge, how do you expect the dam to perform? Okay, now we go to our topic. Si Ginoong Oliver Aragon is with us. So, itong mga araw na darating tungo doon sa September 3, yung victory celebration in the Second World War, 70th year anniversary. This is very important, but often yung role ng Filipino-Chinese heroes na lumaban dyan sa Second World War ay nalilimutan. We'll go to Ados research also later on. Pero Oliver, anong mga importanteng maulat natin, ma-report natin sa public? Una-una, you have an organization, Descendants of the World War II Heroes. Ano ito? Why was this organized? When was this organized?
Organized on Descendants. That's during those years, ibig sabihin, 70th na ang anniversary after the Second World War. Isa-isa na nawawala ang mga veterano. Actually, nabibilang na sa daliri. To make it to simplify it, more or less, ang mga veterano nasa 90 years old. So, halos wala na. So, halos wala na, siyempre, dapat meron descendants na ang magpapatunay na may contribution. Pag sinabi natin patunay na mga contribution, I'm talking about the Chinese Filipino nung panahon ng Hapon. And that, of course, when we mention the World War II, it all started in the December 7, 1941, when Japanese Imperial Forces bombed Pearl Harbor. Succeeding days, napapunta na sa Pilipinas. Not only Philippines, kasama na yung Malaya Peninsula. Noon yon. Ngayon ang tawag natin, Southeast Asia. So during the Japanese occupation, alam natin, magulo na. Siyempre, kanyang-kanyang whatever. Ang hindi nabanggit na during the history ng Second World War, yung mga meron palang Chinese guerrilla noon, veterans ngayon ang tawag na may participation ng mga Chinese noon na sumapi o nakisama sa mga Filipino guerrillas to fight Japanese Imperial Forces. Sa katunayan, we have the 11 guerrilla units noon. Ibig sabihin, nandiyan na yung WWII, Chinese Veterans, Chinese Volunteers of the Philippines, ROTC Hunters, Chinese unit yun, and others. And that means that nung panahon na yon, nag-empake na yung mga Chinese businessman na imbis na bumalik sa country nila, they choose to stay here, na join the Filipino guerrillas. Of course, when we mention Filipinos guerrillas, nandiyan yung USAFE. Pero yung USAFE, that means natapos yung the fall of Bataan, and that's April 9. So, nawala na yung USAFE. So, tuloy pa rin ang laban, ang mga guerrilla, for intelligence gathering information or whatever combat operations. And that's where the Chinese joined the forces. And doon ako humahanga sa mga Chinese noon, ibig sabihin, mga forefathers namin, na ni armas wala pa. Pero one by one, nakakakuha din sila ng mga armas. Dahil sa remember na na-mention ko, the fall of Bataan, doon sila nakakuha ng mga armas na whatever, ayun. So in the meantime, not only in Manila, when we mention the Chinese traders, parang nasa isip natin Manila lang. And that's not only Manila, Luzon, Visaya, and Mindanao.
Now, there are some studies here, no? Sabi there were around 4,000, we have 5 minutes, so we'll compress a lot of these things, no? 4,000 Filipino-Chinese guerrillas daw, no? Or now we call heroes. Pero sabi dito sa study, article ni Tessie Ang Si, actually, mas marami yan, ano?
Yes.
Pero maraming hindi gumamit ng totoong pangalan, guerrilla nga sila, no? Then, maraming interesting stories, no?
7,000 ang nag-enlist sa USAFE.
Yes.
Of this 1,000, ang nasama sa death march. So, substantial ang participation. Doon sa 11 na sinasabi ni Mr. Aragon, tatlo doon ang na-commission ng First Cavalry that liberated Manila to join the liberation of Manila. Isa na rin ang WWII. Yung isa yung Kuomintang Group. Tapos may pangatlo pa. So, 3 out of the
8, sabi mo.
that guerrilla units that participated in the liberation of Manila were Filipino-Chinese or Chinese descent. Kaya substantial ang participation.
Well, kasi may discussion tungkol dito na 4,000 lang daw and so. Anyway, sabi ni...
No, baka guerrillas na yon.
Anyway, pinag-aralan ito ni Tessie Ang Si or this group na nag-research. No? Out of a population, Chinese out of the total population of 70 million Filipinos at the outbreak of the war.
17
million. Ano? If there were just 4,000 Chinese guerrillas at the time, it would mean 3.2%.
Correct.
Ano?
Very substantial.
And sa Pilipino daw, out of the entire population, only 0.7% joined the resistance to the Japanese. But anyway, these are just statistics to make the point that Chinese Filipinos or Filipinos of Chinese descent are as patriotic, if not more patriotic than some other Filipinos. No? But I think this is what we really want to point out. And I will state here, if there is an invasion of the Philippines, I will be the first to defend. But if there is a question of under dispute, that is not a question of national agad,
That's a
national
different issue.
not a national
Yes.
security issue until that is defined somehow, So let's make that very clear. But
Kaya nga malicious itong mga position ni na Rafi Aluna nito at saka ni Roy Lugones because they're calling itong mga emigres at mga Filipino-Chinese, who among them will be the fifth column in case something goes wrong between China and the Philippines? That is a very unfair question. It's very untrue to history. And it has nothing to do with the conflict between China and the United States.
and my question is, who is the fifth column of the Americans here?
Ayan.
Di ba?
Oh.
But anyway, we'll have more time for that. In the last few minutes, of course, we are very thankful si Ginoong Aragon, who is a reserve colonel in the Army, sustaining the patriotism that his
Yes.
father handed down. So ano pang importanteng ma-share natin sa public?
Regarding the, it's about the legacy na naiwan ng mga tatay namin. Of course, I'm talking about future. Kung napansin natin, we are the majority businessman and other professionals. I mean, may doctor, whatever, architect. And they still stay put here to make our country, the Philippines, to make a progress. You can mention na whatever na during those days and today, iba na eh. Iba na ang situation because of the economic situation. Today, we are talking about more on futuristic trade and industries. And that means na kailangan natin ng manpower. And that's manpower means we can utilize the manpower of Filipinos. And that's mean na kung paano ipalawag ang trade industries. Kung mapapansin ninyo, our trade not only in commerce but in agriculture. Medyo napapansin natin na ang ating agricultural product ay nami-minimize. So what I mention here is that we should improve our agricultural products. Balik ulit tayo sa dati natin na three principles. Yung panahon ko, elementary ako, public school ako eh.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's food, clothing, shelter.
Okay.
Diba? That's the three basic
That's
important
right.
of
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Oliver, Colonel Oliver Aragon. We just like to thank for the photos Chris Lucas and Tommy C. And,
yes.
And Sally from one of the organizations, no? And meron pang ibang mga anunsyo dito. August 21, we had a wreath laying. They had a wreath laying ceremony, 70th commemoration. Was a project by the Binondo Heritage Group, a Facebook community promoting ethnic Chinese ministries, heritage, and tradition. So with that, maraming salamat. Ado, welcome back to the Philippines.
Yes.
And Colonel Aragon, maraming salamat. Okay.
Thank you.
Until next week, we'll hear from Iloilo. And we'll be discussing other issues, maybe even the latest traffic problems that they never solved in 6 years of this administration. Okay, so I hope